Recently, the Consumption Boost Action Plan has been making headlines across the web, sending a clear signal: to make people spend, they must first have the means to do so. This is not just an adjustment in economic policy but a reshaping of development logic. In 2024, Shanghai's economic output surpassed 5 trillion RMB, making it the fourth largest city globally. However, the minimum monthly wage in this most developed city is only 2,690 RMB, equivalent to an hourly wage of 16 RMB. Wages are even lower in second-tier cities and barely sufficient in third-tier cities. With low incomes, long working hours, and the weight of housing and car loans, consumption becomes a distant dream. Over the past few years, numerous documents encouraging consumption have been issued, yet their impact has been limited. In 2025, the authorities realized a simple truth: without income, consumption cannot be sustained. Without free time, consumption cannot flourish. The new action plan clearly stated: raise the minimum wage, establish a sound adjustment mechanism to directly increase disposable income for residents, guarantee rest time, strengthen the enforcement of labor laws, and crack down on overtime culture. In 2019, the average working week for employees nationwide was 45.7 hours. If an additional 3 hours of free time were available each week, it would be enough for a meal or a movie. Across the country, the consumption demand erased by these missing 3 hours could be the invisible killer behind economic sluggishness. Currently, the national resident consumption multiplier stands at 3.54, meaning that every 1 RMB increase in consumption can boost GDP by RMB and 54 cents. Consumption is the engine of the economy, and to keep this engine running, residents must feel confident enough to spend. The United States' confidence in initiating trade wars stems from consumption making up 70% of its GDP. For China to reduce its reliance on external markets and become a consumption-driven powerhouse, domestic demand must become the core driver of economic growth. Consumption is not determined by how much money is in one's pocket but by expectations of future income. If people lack confidence in their future earnings, savings will only accumulate while consumption remains depressed. The key to boosting consumption is not to force people to spend but to make them willing and daring to do so. This economic transformation has already begun, with income increases and time guarantees becoming the core direction of policy. Only when incomes rise can consumption truly take off, enabling the economy to break free from the vicious cycle of rising savings and falling consumption. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in comments.